Hello guys, review number 3 out of all of we're finally here. So, you see on that out. And the final video is on the Sony PS3. Now I would actually hand it to Sony. They're actually working the system a lot better. The PSP, yeah, it sold stuff, but no one really gives a shit about it. Only Japan, really. PS3 started very rocky, to the point where it almost fucked Sony over, because they had spent so much. They are still in debt of the PS3. They will still be in debt with a PS3 for years to come, because they've spent over 1.5 billion trying to actually get it off the ground. But it's kind of going now, but still, if they really want to get it, they gotta get a second place. They do, which they might get, but it's incredibly doubtful at the moment anyway, because Microsoft has established they are second. Yes. But in terms of quality, I would say Microsoft and Sony are very much equal. I've played some PS3 games that have pretty much kind of made me think, yeah, I want to stab my eyes out now. But I've played Microsoft games like that as well, so I can't really judge. Online play is a massive perk and a massive necessity, both for Sony and both Microsoft, because they're catering towards a hardcore player and the boring casual player. And I would say your people with the PS3 are the more than casual player, because it's an investment, because it is relatively expensive. However, I would say Blu-ray technology is fantastic. I have only 2 Blu-rays at the moment, because they're quite expensive in the UK. Still, they're about £20, which is but I have The Watchmen and I have Dark Knight. Dark Knight was my first one. As soon as I got my PS3, so I actually got my PS3 just to get the Dark Knight Blu-ray. Well, and also Metal Gear Solid 4. In terms of AAA titles, PS3 is pretty much, I wouldn't say superior, but they're getting to the point where they are really waving the flags at Microsoft and saying, look, we can freaking fight you, and we are going to fight you to get second. And they're winning my votes. There are some fantastic looking PS3 games on the way. Not a fan of Drake's Fortune, never have been, never will be, even though it was made by one of my favourite classic studios, Naughty Dog. Will they bring back Crash? I don't know. I wish they will, because they can easily get that IP after what Drake's Fortune was. Please, I really want that game. Please Naughty Dog. I know they sold them Traveller's Tales. Traveller's Tales even still exist. I thought they went down. I don't care. But Heavy Rain, new Metal Gear, yes, Rising will be on the PS. It will be. Final Fantasy, I'm certainly going to get on both PS3 and 360, just to actually compare. I love how Heavy Rain is looking. It looks fantastic. The visuals of the PS3 are stunning, and that's what certainly brings it ahead of Microsoft console. I love my 360, but God, PS3 can look pretty. It can look pretty whenever it wants. But tell you what, there are some games coming out on the 360 that certainly give the PS3 a run for its money, even though it's very much older. And in terms of development anyway, because development wise, PS3 is technically older, but that's because Sony were perfecting it, but they got left out. I really, out of points, I would give Sony an 8 or a 9. I'm gonna give them a 9. I'm gonna give them, and also for Microsoft, I give them a 9 as well, because they are completely level at the moment. To say one's better than the other, what? It's an oxymoron, because they're exactly the same. Online, what? I would give PS3 a 10 if the online play was a lot more crisp and cleaner, and the Sony PSN store in Europe needs to be freaking altered, because I still haven't got my Metal Gear Solid game. Actually, I need to check that after. I'm waiting for that game to come into Europe. I'm just like sitting on my PS3 because that is one of my favourite games of all time. I love that game. So many fond memories. Metal Gear. Especially. I'm such a corny flash like that. Games. Now this is where I think the games actually beat 360. I've played some. Well, after playing both, I've been very impressed with PS3. Metal Gear Solid 4 especially. Awesome game. Oh, sorry. And Metal Gear Solid 4 certainly toted the PS3's power, but Heavy Rain makes Metal Gear look pretty bad in comparison, even though they're pretty equal. But God, that game's pretty. Christ, that game's pretty. Whenever I see that game, it's like, damn, it's pretty. What else? In terms of the hard drive, I really like the hard drive. It's a massive perk to have the choice to download your game onto the system. I don't use it because it takes up way too much, so I've only got a 40 gig version. But that's the Sony thing, and I'll upload all 3 soon. Bye.